Victor.
Hello, bro.
How you doing?
I'm approximately normal.
Yeah, okay. Beautiful game of football, African football, the continental football, which we all love. Today we saw in the South African PSL League, we saw Orlando Pirates take on Magesi. And the game ended 1-1 draw. Orlando Pirates introduced the fire by scoring and taking the lead, and I already thought that was going to be the beginning of more pumping, but surprisingly goals were no longer coming from them. The next minute Magesi are equalizing the game, and that was enough. The points have been shared between both sides. Is this a good performance for Orlando Pirates? What are your thoughts about the game?
Okay, first of all, for performance, I think I will just keep it in a 50-50 mode, because Magesi is not also a side just push aside. Mind you, these guys, when it comes to beating big boys, they are ready, and they showed that this season. No wonder they were able to carry the Carling Cup championship.
Yeah.
Now, when we say Sikazi cannot win a match, look at a very, when we say a big platform that was given to him to showcase himself. But then on another hand, you'll be like, oh, come on, since they lost to Pyramid in the CAF Champions League semi-final, the Pirates that we know, it's not the Pirates that we are seeing right now. Okay, but then beautiful game of football, and a beautiful time for the entire club to think, to reminisce, and to reposition themselves for the next season. A particular thing that happened for me today is the bringing on of Mayele. Mayele, that's their captain. Yeah, he's the captain. He's actually the captain. Then you see a situation whereby there was this report back then, earlier this week, that he'll be leaving his position as a player, and he will be converted to a non-playing staff. One would say at 32. Mind you, he was not being featured so much this season. I think 4 times only this season. And well, for me, he has done his part, and I can understand when a player says, "Oh, more, I'm done." He should be given his time. But then, just like you mentioned, they scored the first goal. In fact, the lineup showed that Orlando Pirates needed to win this, not just to close the gap, which is one of the things there. Imagine if they had won to this game, it could have been 10 gaps closed, but at the end of the day, 12 gap. But aside that, one thing they really wanted to do was to break their points tally, the points of the season. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't get that new record. What they only did was to match their record at 61 points. And that brings me to the question of, how can you win the league with 60 something, 61, 62, 63, 61, 62 or more? I don't see that happening in a time like this. One will also say, okay, look at what happened. The maximum number of games that we are not playing this is because of Royal AM. But that, look at it very well. You cannot be saying that you went head on with the number one person in the table in the PSL, that is the Mamelodi Sundowns, and you're having 12 points gap. It shows that you just have to do extra. We saw the first goal, very unique goal, one of the best goals of the season. And one will say that these guys have been training. These guys are very fluid when it comes to their training. And you know, now we always also say this, that most clubs now go ahead to get their set piece coaches. And something of that nature, the uniqueness of today's goal by Orlando Pirates was as a result of that. You see Tito Mazwani, who nobody, what a time of his career this season. He was blazing hot last season, but we saw what happened to him this season. But then the goal that he scored, an amazing goal to show you that he's a classic guy. To show you that those 2 legs, he knows what to use them for. But when we say, unfortunately for them, he did not live to his billing this season. But then, much later in the second half, we saw a beautiful attack with these guys that they don't want to know who you are. I'm talking about the club of Magesi. That's a Limpopo club, right? Yes. So for them to have organized themselves, and they were pressing so hard, and we saw that go from Edmore Chirambadere. Yeah, Chirambadere. Top goal, and he buried it in, and it was 1-0. Then in the second half, we now started seeing the heroics of Chipepenze. One will say, for me, it is a hard work to do to say that Chipepenze is not the goalkeeper of the season. I don't know, guys, help me. Because yes, fingers are pointing to Shani, which I understand. But if you also go and check the stats, Chane has played 25 games and have had 10 clean sheets. His rating is around 6.8. But for Chipepenze, you have a guy that has played 27 games. Only one game that he did not play this season in the league. And he has a clean sheet of 11 with a rate of 7.1. Well, you know, these things also go down to sometimes the journalists and captains of clubs. I don't know which methodology that the PSL used to vet these guys, but then Chipepenze has been very, very phenomenal. One will say that he just take another job and go to another club. He's only 32 years old for a goalkeeper, and he's very, very active. One can say that he still had at least 4 years. At least 4 years, the next World Cup to still slug it out with teams out there. At the end of the day, let's not forget this club that gave us so much joy this season. I'm talking about Orlando Pirates. I'm talking about the happy people. Hi, I'm talking about the Buccaneers.
The Bucks.
Who showed Africa and the rest of the world what African football is all about. This is a club that has given us so much joy this season. And I give them my prayers, my flowers. You have made yourselves proud. Look at a side that has developed so much players. Who will know that somebody like Mbokazi, look at how Mbokazi has been in our mouth only this season. What about Selepe? Selepe the ball boy. And you see that this club has not progressed. What this club needs right now, just 1, 2, 3 players. And a very good coach. I'm stretching it. And tell me whether next season will not also favor them. The sweetest part of it all is that they are in the CAF Champions League. And we hope that one day they will come to Uyo.
Yeah.
They come to Uyo and face one of the Nigerian side, be it Remo Stars, be it Rivers United. Or more, we need to go and pray. I need to choke. Please, tell your brother to tell your brother to tell your brother to go and pray.
We organize fasting for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Victor. All right, let's get your thoughts in the comment section about this beautiful game. It's really been a roller coaster season. In as much as Orlando Pirates may not have finished the way they wanted to be, but they have been phenomenal, just like you rightly said, in producing these young stars who obviously will be the future of this great club. It's great to see what's happening in the PSL. Congratulations. Great side. And of course to Magesi, they have also been amazing. I mean, that's the beauty of African football. So do well to be a part of this conversation. We'd love to hear from you. If this is your first time subscribing or watching this video, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget notification bell just below your screen. Select all notifications so that you don't get to miss any of our content. And to our subscribers, a big thank you to you guys. We love you guys all the way from the city of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. I still remain your host of Football Intel, Mr. Dominion Chooks. And of course, doing this with me all the time is my top-notch African soccer analyst, Mr. Victor Siokwu. We both are saying bye for now, African football to the world, and see ya bunga, South Africa.